Okay. Sister, sister.
Be quiet.
Gotta do what's right for you. If you got to do what's right for me. No.
Steven.
Right for me, you gotta do what's right for you. Sister, sister. No, okay.
The last theme song was trash.
Right. It was nowhere near the first one, that's for sure.
It wasn't.
Sister, sister. No? Too much?
If you don't, come on.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Taking the Stage. I'm math guy Steve. This is Paige Wagey, Paige Babe.
What's up?
What up, though? Poop. How was your day?
What is today? I don't know why I never know what the day
is. A whole
is.
Thursday. It's about to be Friday, but today's Thursday. We're shooting on a Thursday.
Today was pretty good. Well, we've been watching that docu-series, and so I didn't sleep as well as I normally do. Mm-hmm. So this morning I kind of had to get like a quick nap in before I really got my day started. But I had a good day. It was relatively relaxing.
Mom's came and hung out.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And
had some good old Jamaican food.
Oh yeah. New Orleans Jamaican food too. So shout out
from one of my favorite spots.
How was your week?
It was good. Got some things done. I kind of feel like there's this like never ending list of things we have to get done, and so I tried. What
was the meme that we saw earlier this week?
The meme.
Or the GIF, or the tweet maybe.
Oh, the thing that said, our parents weren't lying about, if it ain't one thing, it's another.
Thing, it's another.
That's exactly how it feels. It feels like if it's not one thing, it's another. And so the list just goes on and on and on and on, and there's very little time to just stop and breathe, I guess. Even though you want me to slow down a lot.
Ain't no breathing of it. But yeah, no, it was for me it was a good week as well. I mean, it's the last week before finals. Well, for most of my classes, for the other class, they took their finals today. So I mean, it was a good week though. It was a good week. Productive week so far. And so yeah.
And next week we could tackle your hair finally.
I got the word next week, so we're gonna tackle it during the week. Yes.
You mean like tomorrow?
No, next week I have the word.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. So this episode of Taking the Stage, I want to talk a little bit
about what?
Dreams. Okay. So before we get into specific dreams, or before we get into general dreams, let's start with specific ones. There's an ongoing joke between me, Paige, and my mom, about her dream of one time she had a dream about, what's your Miley Cyrus dream, Paige? You go ahead. Wait. It's a Miley Cyrus dream. I'm going to let you tell it.
Wait.
I'm going to let you just go ahead on.
And the thing is, I never watched like her show.
Miley Cyrus.
Or like anything with her in it. So
Hannah Montana, right? That was the name of the show?
Yeah. I never watched that show or like, I don't know how this happened.
Tell the dream.
There was one part, it was just one small part within my dream.
Right.
Where I was like a baby Miley Cyrus with
wait, you have to clarify. You were the baby Miley Cyrus.
Yes. Like I had turned into a baby Miley Cyrus. Like I was running. Okay. I was running from someone.
Right.
And in my effort to hide, like I morphed into a baby Miley Cyrus with like a pamper on and everything. And I was small enough to jump into the tailpipe of this car and hide.
Okay.
That's where I hid. And so I was just like this baby / miniature Miley Cyrus with a diaper on, hiding from somebody. Because you run in your dreams a lot. And so that was like my hiding persona or whatever. But yeah.
So if you haven't realized, Paige Paige be out here dreaming.
My dreams are always crazy.
Always. It never fails. Paige is a dreamer. And as far as, okay, when she go to sleep, her dreams be vivid.
They are.
Be thorough. And not only that, a weird thing I realized about Paige a long time ago is that, so I be dreaming and I have like, intense dreams, but I don't remember every part. Paige remembers every,
I remember every detail.
Every detail.
Because they're so bizarre most of the time.
That's true too, yes. But yours be so deep. You wake up, all right, babe, now listen. I know you said you're gonna be, but listen, I had this dream.
Like, hear me out.
And then give me all, I'm like, wait, huh? Wait. So you saw Baby Miley Cyrus. Oh, Baby Miley Cyrus. No, I was
Baby Miley
Baby
Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus. Okay. That's a hashtag in itself. Anywho. But again, I wanted us to talk about dreams. And just about, okay, so let's start off with, what are dreams?
Huh?
What are dreams? What's your definition of a dream in itself? And mathematicians, theory, we be thinking, what is a dream? What does that mean?
I don't know. I guess it would be like subconscious, like thoughts.
That's a great way to put it, actually. I didn't think about this question, the answer to the question before I put it down. That's a great answer, yeah. Yeah, I would say it's kind of just what you meant, or I don't even know if it's what you intended for your mind to do. I don't know what is your mind doing during dreaming in general? Like, not necessarily at night, daydreaming.
Well, doesn't it kind of depend on what level of sleep you're in and all of that?
But that's what I'm saying. Daydreaming, night dreaming. I'm talking about just what's the word dream in general. What does it mean to dream? Because like some people think of dreams as, okay, well, what my thoughts are for the rest of my life.
Like aspirations and stuff.
Yeah,
like
so
Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King.
Dr. Martin Jr. Shout out. We know juniors be cool though, shit. But I was just curious about what you thought dreams are and kind of what,
What is a dream deferred? Who said that?
Speak, preach. I don't know who said it, but that's a word. That's a word. Oh, see? Yeah, I don't. Okay. But what's a dream to you?
What I just said.
I mean, I know you be sleeping. I'm not talking about what you...
I just gave you a definition.
Well, first. I meant... Okay, give me a second. First of all, I know you be sleeping.
I know you be sleeping. You sleep too.
Paige, you sleep.
Okay.
Any and everywhere. And that's pre-pregnancies.
I sleep during normal sleeping hours. Okay?
But if we're engaged in an activity...
My body can't tell the difference.
Saints games.
Club.
Parties. At the club. I've had to carry you out of a club, Paige.
Mm-hmm.
And not a club, multiple. Out of a bar, I've had to carry you. Literally, one arm, feet in my arm, the head in my other arm. You just be sleeping.
Because y'all want to go so late.
That's when it was popping, back in the Gap, back in the G.
I know, but pillows pop too. I like to
but you already did no pillows, so you don't even care.
But my body's normal reaction is to be like, okay, it's like 10 o'clock. It's time for bed. And I can't control it. I never have been able to control that.
I got you. Touche. Well, okay, so what is a dream to you? And not just talking about the theory of dream or dreams, but what does it mean for you to dream? The idea of you dreaming.
If I say your subconscious thoughts one more time, I don't really know what you... What do you mean? What does it mean for me to dream? Like, as in sleeping type of dream?
Well, or not. I mean, the word dream is weird. So I just gave a word a few weeks ago about the word to work and what that means. And there's 38 definitions in the English language of what the word means to work, right? And so there's clearly different definitions of the word work, but also the word dream. So what does the word dream mean to you? That's what I meant. Like, okay, when you hear the word dream, does it mean automatically you're talking about sleeping at night and the clouds and a sheep jumping over the fence, and or what does it mean
I
when
think
you
it
hear
would depend
dream?
on the context of the conversation. Like when we started talking, I immediately thought you meant like when you're sleeping type of dream because you asked me about the baby Miley Cyrus thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we continued on, of course, we understand that there are multiple variations of what a dream could be. So do you see what I'm saying? It kind of depends on what you're talking about in that moment.
Okay, so let's focus on the okay, when you're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that dream stuff happening? So like I've thought about the fact that okay, is that when I dream, is that me talking to the creator, to Yah? Is that me talking to him, or is that him talking to me? Is that the Almighty talking to me, or like what is that little kind of in between of you being conscious but subconscious, that type of thing? What is that? How does that work, or how do you think that works?
I just thought it was like your normal brain activity because you know, like your brain doesn't really like it doesn't turn off or shut down the way the rest of your body does,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's what I thought it was.
But if it's your normal brain activity, that doesn't happen during the day. You don't dream
I
about.
mean,
You don't think
you
about
daydream.
being baby Miley Cyrus during the
No,
day.
but you daydream or you know you have thoughts where you like kind of talk to yourself and stuff like that. So
But and my point is, I guess during nighttime sleeping, it's a elevated or a very concentrated version of that, right?
mm,
Of what you're talking about. Where I mean, of course we have thoughts and we have daydreams where we wander off in our head, that type of thing. But sleep dreaming is like a very focused version of what your mind is already doing. You see what I'm saying?
mm,
So like, why do you think we have those? Why is that a part of our
I don't know,
conscious?
baby. We're gonna have to look it up.
Paige, it's a podcast. We're supposed to be talking.
I know, but I'm so confused. I don't know why we have them. I'm
It's
like
not
being
a
very
definite
honest.
definition of it. I was just asking your thoughts of why you think that is.
Why do you think?
I just told you. I think maybe it's either us talking to the creator or creator talking to us. I think that's a part of it. I also think that it's sometimes us reaching deep into our subconscious of what we already felt, and we're just trying to, we don't have the means or courage to kind of think it outrightly. That type
Like
of thing.
sometimes I do look up like what certain things in a dream means.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
as much as you be dreaming. Yes.
and so a lot of times that's kind of the same definition that they'll give.
Remember the episode of Smart Guy when she was dreaming about Mo? When he was dreaming about Mo?
With a college application?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that may be where I got this topic from. I can't remember where I got it from. But I was just curious what your thoughts were because, I mean, dreams are an important part of, we do it every night, whether we remember it or not. We do it. But also, it's an important part of our lives. And so...
Yeah, I just know that a lot of times I kind of wish that mine were a little lighter. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, I know people have to dream like normal stuff. Or like you said, like you just is so like I guess regular that you don't even remember it when you get up. Like that. Like I feel like a lot of times I wake up completely exhausted from the things that have happened in my dreams. And it's like, well, why did I even waste time going to sleep?
Well, it's interesting you say that because the next thing I wanted to bring up was dreams are not always dreams. Sometimes we call them nightmares. Sometimes they're in depth and they're thorough in the opposite way, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell my story at least. For the longest time, I had pretty in-depth nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
And you would call them your bad dreams, or you had a bad dream. That's Mel in the background. If you hear her now.
Oh, please go back to sleep.
So yeah, for the longest time, I would have what I call my bad dreams, or well, you call them bad dreams. But they were essentially nightmares where I would be literally destroying my father and brother. I mean, but that's how I grew up, right? We were all in competition, but also, I mean, we were the closest of people, and so it was kind of a give and take. But that's why I said
y'all still be roughhousing.
Yeah, we still roughhousing. Now we understand that the negative parts are for what? Why we even? I mean, we understand each other now, so it's not competition anymore. It's more of just trying to compete to do better by ourselves, or for ourselves and for each other, but not necessarily against each other, which is how we grew up. But it was just the constant nightmares, and I mean, even when I was like younger, that's where most of my peeing in the bed came from. It was just from nightmares because I'd be scared poopless, literally. But I mean, nightmares are a part of dreams, right? So I mean, I think that's a part of it. Do you have any specific nightmares that you can remember, or that you?
Well, I was like peeing in the bed. I don't remember peeing in the bed.
Not necessarily when you were peeing in the bed. I'm just talking about. Do you have nightmares? Let's put it like that.
Yes, all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, you never tell me about those. You tell me about Baby Miley Cyrus versions. You never tell me about your peeing in the bed, or your nightmares. Not necessarily peeing in bed ones, but.
I don't know. I feel like I have nightmares all the time, but maybe my dreams are just so action packed to where I wake up like sweating sometimes, or like my chest.
Your chest
will.
The deuce is a chest.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Chest will.
My chest will, like, it'll be like hurting because my heart is beating so fast, and I'll have to wake up. Maybe kicking me right now. And I have to, like wake up, take a deep breath, or wake you up or something like that. But I don't know. A lot of times I can't really put my finger on like exact nightmares. It would probably be someone like chasing me and I'm trying to run, but I can't run fast enough, or like.
Not to mention if you watch a scary movie, goodness.
Oh, yeah, I'm probably not even going to sleep.
Like the documentary that we're watching right now.
Yeah, it's either that or it's just me thinking something is about to happen that will be part of the nightmare. Like I'll just be completely paranoid the entire time.
Or something you think that may be wrong with Mel, or something that, you're in a new place and you're just not sure about it. Yeah, you'll just...
Like a lot of my nightmares and stuff where people are like running is always me like running towards people I love and care about and trying to think of a way to get us out of whatever situation we're in. Like preventing whatever the bad thing is from getting us.
Yeah. It's a monster of some sort, or...
No, not necessarily a monster like an army.
Oh, okay.
Or just people with guns, or just something... fire, whatever, something like that. I don't know how I always end up being the person who knows what's coming. But I'm always like
a glutton for craziness.
But I'm always a person who's like, okay, we need to all go in this closet, be very quiet because everybody else is about to die. Like
you and what's the name of the show? Black Lady Sketch Show. When you the end of the world.
Right. Like it's the end of the world. But things like that. And I used to have these dreams of like my teeth falling out all the time.
Your teeth falling out? Is that what you said out loud?
And then I would wake up and I would be like, biting down, making sure I had like top and bottom.
Why do you think that was?
I don't know, but apparently it's a common thing in
dreams.
Right? Yeah.
I'm sure you Googled it.
I did, because it would happen all the time.
You talking about your teeth falling out?
Yes. Oh my goodness, side note.
Never heard of this.
I read this story the other day of this lady who had this horrible tooth decay every time she got pregnant. So she has dentures now. She had like 4 or 5 kids. And every time she got pregnant, she would lose teeth.
Start off. You had You read an article about a lady who kept having tooth decay when she got pregnant.
Yeah, because like the hormones and stuff kind of change like your whole body and everything. And a lot of people have like gum issues. Like, I've been having like that tingling behind my lip and sensitive gums and stuff. But her teeth were like breaking. And she just ended up getting dentures because she lost so many of them.
You said she had 4 kids?
Mm-hmm. And like every time she got pregnant
Where do you
again.
be finding this stuff, bro? I thought I was a strange person. You should be finding.
I don't know where I read that one, but I would just read like a lot of pregnancy stories and stuff because I'm trying to get my mind right for this new baby.
And I thought them people on the videos this week was New Orleans, but you New Orleans.
What people on the video?
First of all, okay, this is supposed to be evergreen. So we're not, but the person on the video with the dude video.
Oh, the Black Party video.
Party video. Then they had another video. You just showed me about the lady who said.
Oh, that was funny. Mia X.
Mia X.
The rapper.
That's what that was?
Yeah.
I ain't even know. I haven't seen Mia X in ages. But anyway, okay. So, I guess the whole reason why I wanted to bring this up is because what are our dreams right now? So, not the dreams that we're having overnight, because again, we're saying that the word dream is a little vague.
So we're switching. Okay.
So we're switching it up a little bit. Okay, so first, what were your dreams as a kid? What did you have? What did you dream? Did you have dreams as a kid? Or what was your dreams for your life, for you, for your family? I mean, what were those dreams like?
I think growing up, but
you was there, I hope.
Growing up, I always dreamt of being a powerhouse. Like that was just my thing.
Powerhouse, what do you mean? That's vague.
Just in all aspects, like I envisioned myself having a family. For some reason, growing up, I never thought of like the baby part of having kids. In my mind, they were already grown.
I bet you having kids. You just with me.
Yeah.
I realized raising them from an infant.
It's like I was just dropping them off at school. They were kind of.
It was at least 7. when I had them in my dream, there was at least 7.
I don't know, just being like, I guess I wouldn't say high power, but just being a force, basically. Like I never really saw myself being as homely as I am.
Wait, okay, so what was in your mind, what was your job? What was your occupation? I mean, did you have one specifically?
Yeah, I wanted to be a whole bunch of things growing up. That always changes.
Yeah, I mean, well, what are they? I mean, we're talking about dreams. What type
like
of
CEO, like a doctor, like something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, well, not really a doctor too much. That was more so when I was like older. But like as a kid, I just wanted to be like the boss. Do you remember that movie? With Taraji P. Henson and the girl from Blackish?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Do you remember Taraji's character?
I didn't watch the movie.
Oh.
But I do remember the seeing the trailer and knowing what the movie's about.
Well, do you remember her character in Think Like a Man?
Yes.
Like that?
Yes. Gotcha. Which they had plenty of those in the 90s.
Yeah, like
early
how
2000s movies.
Almost like every black movie in the 90s that had like a female cast or female leads would always have the black boss chick. Mm-hmm. And so that's probably where I got it from. Mm-hmm. But that was my dream growing up. And
so your dream for like family wise, how did that go?
I don't know. I never really had.
Well, you thought your kids was 10.
Right.
You thought they was 10 at least.
Like in my mind, the family stuff would just always be there.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I would have kids, be married or not. I mean, it didn't matter back then. And I don't know, that would be it, because in my mind, I would be the person to be that person for everybody. And so I guess I never really thought about how everyone else would play a role in it, because it was just me. So it was
It's just you and your dream anyway.
The only, as far as I could think, it was only what my role would be.
Yeah.
And so,
well, what about like, okay, where were you going to be? What city?
Not in Louisiana.
Not in the boot. Shut
no. Up. I always saw myself like traveling.
Mississippi.
No. Like I don't know. I would be somewhere like, I guess Southern, but because I like to be warm.
Yeah, New York. No.
Oh no, I've never liked New York.
That's where the boss is at. What you talking?
Some bosses. That's the type I wanted to be. But
Florida it was.
But I don't know, like I always I just knew that I always told myself that I wouldn't end up in Louisiana. Like I always said that. Or if I did, it would be because I came back.
So after you was there for a while, come back, kind of settle down.
Gotcha. And I don't know, like as far as dreams go, like I just always dreamt about professionalism and continuing to progress like in that aspect, not really on like a family trajectory type of thing. Like I didn't really think about like, oh, have this wedding and meet the guy of my dreams. And like that like Notebook type of love sort of stuff. Like I don't know.
You talking about writing a Notebook or the Notebook? Because those
like
are two
the
totally
movie.
different things.
No, the movie like that.
They didn't, none of that happened in the Notebook.
Well, what I mean is like the sentiment of
gotcha. Like
I was just, I guess, not like other girls my age, where I don't know, it was kind of like, okay, yeah, husband, yeah, kids, yeah, but the career
husband, yeah, kids, yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah, that's how
but this job, though?
It was like that, so, like, not even like career, but like how people would see me and like who the person I wanted to be seen as, sort of thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, and okay, so my version of this was my dream as a kid. I've talked about it on the potty already, but we're here. This is what I dreamed of. I teach math. I got my wife. We in a small town. Got my kid and the kid in the way.
An old man.
I've been that settle down part that she talked about. I wanted that to start. I wanted
retired at 12. Huh?
Shoot, I retired at 5. That's when I started teaching. So that's what. But I also wanted to, as a similar dream was to be great at what I do, but also, I knew part of my dream was going to be part of my faith. I didn't know in what vein. So I'm doing that part as well. Part of my dream was to be successful, as far as financially too, as far as, not have to stress and not have to worry about income. Not quite there yet. And so I think I'm still working on that part of it.
We could all use $1 million.
Okay. Sure, we can use $1 million, sure.
Well, you remember when we were talking about that and you were like, but I wouldn't even want to win the whole $1 million because that seems like a lot. And I'm like, why? You just ruined the whole dream people have about
See,
it.
we're talking about dreams. I was trying to ruin the dream for you. No, but
I remember we were watching this interview and somebody was like,
oh, yeah.
What would you do with like $5 million or something like that? And the first thing you said was, well, I wouldn't even need that much. Oh. Like, that wasn't even the question. You couldn't even play it along.
Well, okay. Okay, to your point, yes. I did say that. And I still hold to it. You said $8 million just now. Now, hold on. Now, let me hold $1 one is fine.
You said the rule one.
5, that's successful. I don't need the whole 5. But no, I think I'm living my dream. It's just we're not quite there yet as far as exactly we want to be financially, but it doesn't take much for us to be. And then with you finishing law school, and then probably getting a job eventually, with me going into different lanes as far as my teaching. I think we'll get there eventually, but I mean we're good. We're in a good spot. We're right. We're in my head. We're where I dreamed we would be. I ain't gonna hold you. So the next thing I wanted to bring up was, well, what about now? Mm-hmm. That was dreams as a kid. What about your dreams now? What are your dreams? What do you see? What are your aspirations now as far as going forward from for the next 10 years, next 20 years? What you dreaming about? What's your dream lifestyle? What's the dream money wise? What's your dream with old boy?
Oh my goodness.
No, it's your husband. It's me.
Well, prayerfully, both of us will remain in good health and be able to continue to support our family. Everything has kind of like flip-flop from what I initially thought.
You want to try to be a boss chick still? Boss chick out in these streets of New York?
I mean, no, not in the streets of New York. That was never on the table.
All right, what you got?
But I guess somewhat, but not really necessarily, because there are so many other things that come before that now.
Gotcha. Like
back when I had those dreams, it was just me. And so it was easy to be only focused on myself and where I wanted to place myself in the grand scheme of like the world.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things. Back in the day, it was just...
Oh, yeah. So back then, it was just me. So it was easy to have dreams that only involved... Well, not only involved me, but heavily involved me and where I saw myself going. And now there are so many things that come before me. Mm-hmm. And
it's not just thinking about you, thinking about 4 of us.
Yeah, and I'm a completely different person than I was back then. Mm-hmm. And so now I just have dreams that align more with the person I am now and who I'm continuing, to grow to be.
Like what?
Which means that dream-wise for the next 10 years, expecting us to still be in good health and everything and be together. Better be.
Better be for your sake, because you leave this, I don't know where you're going. You're going down from it. I mean,
I'm a catch. 2 kids and all.
Cool. You a catch. I'm an interception. I'm out. I'm out here.
Stupid.
I'm out here. Cold in these streets. Go ahead.
You ain't never been out here.
I mean, I just mean I'm cold. I'm a.
Oh my goodness.
We didn't talk about it. I'm this. I got it. Okay,
ain't nobody else about to comb your hair out.
I can pay somebody to comb the hair out. But to get this here, you hear me? No? We got nothing? No?
Anyway.
All right. These
right.
jokes go across better when I'm in the class. Cause it's just
no, they don't. I hear the silence from your students.
I be having headphones on. You can't hear nothing. Stop fibbing. Now, I hear the silence from my students. That's a fact. Anyway. Go ahead.
But 10 years, I just expect to still be, working on myself, on my faith, getting deeper into that, still being bad.
Bad?
Like beat. Still looking cute.
My chick bad. My chick good. That's what you meant? That is just ludicrous. You see what I did there?
Man.
You see what
that was a play on my dreams. Come on.
That was playing on word. Okay. Go ahead, baby.
I I guess career-wise, that'll still be a focus, not the focus.
Gotcha.
And so if everything works out according to plan and I'm just coming out of school with something lined up, then that's fine with me because in my mind, that's a means to an end for my family instead of that just being what my entire life entails. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How it just everything kind of shifted.
Yeah, it's not the same order of things anymore. What about where? Because that was a part of the original.
Now we're going to have to work on this.
We've had our discussions. Go ahead. Where do you say? Where say you? I think is the phrase.
I wouldn't mind being on the property full time, but also still traveling a lot because I want our kids to be able to see a lot of the world and to understand that I just want them to have a wide understanding of the world and a lot of things that go on in it because there's going to come a time where they're our age and I don't want them to be lost.
Right. And I'm not saying that we have to be on the property full time. I've dreamed of us having both of us having, and the big city is where we live now. The big city version, not necessarily New Orleans or.
I just want our main home
Rouge,
to be
but
there, like the home that we work on a lot and
yeah,
that they think is home.
gotcha. But yeah, I see us, and similarly traveling as well. I think that's a good. So my version of dreaming now would be, again, I already talked about how I think I'm living my dream, but dreams going forward. Would be us having houses in both places. Would be us. I don't know. This podcast I think is going well as far as I see its progression, and I think this is another dream of ours. Working on my own would be great as well. Just having my own, popping tutoring business or teaching business. I think that's another dream that could come along down the line.
They need it in Mississippi.
They need Mississippi. They need Louisiana for sure. So I think that would be an aspiration that I have. And I think, us two growing together, I think is a huge part of my dream. Growing in the faith, growing as we've been together for so long that people don't see. Oh well, y'all. They don't see the work that goes behind it. So I think the continuing that work, the work that we have. Again, work is a weird word, but continuing the work that we've worked on with each other, and
just like never stopping with the same effort.
Yeah, not being satisfied with. I'm glad I got her. Anyways.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge part of it. But that brings me to my last part. As far as the dreams that we have for Mel, for a third, for our SJJ, we're still working on it. Or even for Shane, for Genesis, for
I was about
Sandy,
to say, hold up now, how many fours you got in there?
For Sammy, I'm sorry, I said Sammy, for
Joshua.
Josh, for Lethan, for Durandis, for Peyton, for.
Can we say all these kids' names on here?
They don't know who the people are. That's just names. That's names I made up yesterday. That's made up yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But the dreams we have for the people behind us, for even the, I'm not gonna say no names then, for the teenagers behind us, or for the younger adults that are coming along with us. What dreams do we have for all of them? For the elderly people that we are around all the time. For your mom, for my dad, for those people. What dreams do we have in general for all those people?
I think
Let's start with the youngest.
Well, I will start off by saying that I think that's why I said continuing to work, like for us to continue to work on ourselves and everything, because I think that as long as you put in work on yourself and try to progress who you are, that makes it that much easier for you to be. I cannot think of the word right now. Come on, 11:30. Help me out.
Find it, search for it. You got it. It's right there. It's in the air. Go ahead, get it.
When you really work on yourself, it's easy for people to see that work you've put in.
Mm-hmm.
And you really never know who's watching you, who's looking at your actions or listening to the way you speak and looking at the way you carry yourself and how you handle yourself in different situations. You really never know who's looking, and that's young or old. Mm-hmm. So I think a big part of that is continuing that work from within, because you won't necessarily always run into people who are like, well, let me pick your brain about this, mm-hmm. or let me talk to you about this. A lot of times there are people who kind of watch from the shadows and see the different things that you're doing, and you never know what type of influence. Thank you, 11:35.
First of all, it is 12 o'clock. What time are you looking at? Put your glasses on.
Look, I was trying to look at the time on here.
It's right there.
Wow. Thank you, 12 o'clock. It's midnight. But influence was the word that I was looking for. You never know how you're going to influence someone. And it doesn't always have to be like an express influence.
So do you have any specific dreams for Mel for Third, for those youngsters at the church, for our nieces, nieces and nephews, for any of them, or for those youngsters? I mean,
I'll start from the top down. Like the oldest to the youngest. So not individually.
Come on, you can't have your phone on the girl. This is a party.
This is my niece iPhone case DIY game.
Well, but it can't be vibrating on the phone. I mean, on the mic. Well,
okay. Sorry, podcast.
Put it over there. This one here. Anyway.
But
you sit from the top down.
The people who are older than us, who we look up and I wouldn't say emulate because we're too grown for that, but
look up to.
Who we look up to and who we kind of watch all the time. For them, I would just hope that they continue to stay the course, as your dad would say, and to set a good example for us, because they're going to be the ones who instill certain things in us that we're going to in turn pass down to people coming behind us. And so I think that they have a great responsibility in how they carry themselves, because, like I said, we're the ones watching them. Mm-hmm. People who are level with us, pretty much almost the same. And also just for us to always, we're a small community. I mean, if we're talking church wise, but also our friends and family who are close in age with us is still, those groups are just so small. And so I feel like we have a strong village around us of people who are 100%. Close in age with us. And I can only pray that we continue to, I guess, strengthen those relationships. Mm-hmm. Because our kids watch them, because these are the people we trust around them. These are the people they look at as parental figures, mm-hmm. as well, because they see them same age as us, sort of thing.
Before you keep going, because I want to do my parts too, so I want to kind of go along with yours. So, similar to what you said, as far as like just overall what I see as far as my dreams for everybody, whether it be church family, whether it be family, whether it be friends. Mm-hmm. I see so much growth and so much potential in all of us, and even at the elderly age. I mean, I see Momo and just her, like you said recently. Just her strutting up and down, playing volleyball with us the other day. It was,
barking orders. That's what I want to do with my age.
So I see that. Or Sister Flo. We can say Flo. Sister Flo barking orders, but also just kind of, I mean, she out here hanging and just rolling, you know. So, but I see the growth still in them that you know, they don't stop. They don't stop. But similar in your analysis of okay, people around our age, I see that, as you said, the people around us that are around our age, whether it be church family, or friends, all of them are doing great things and progressing and
we are so blessed to have that. Like, I mean, not to say that it's without issues or, you know, problems or people aren't working on themselves and stuff like that, but the people you have, you are the company you keep. And I think that we keep really great company.
The best company I can think of, honestly.
All the time. Like, I trust all of them. I mean, we have our ups and downs, but I don't know. It's just, we're very blessed to be in a place where we just have this village around us where we get so much, we gain so much from them. We gain as much as we give out.
There we go.
Even from the people who need us more than we need them.
It's still gaining because we see the growth in them. We see them progressing. So even if we give it more, it's like, but what's the point? Why are we doing this in the first place? It's because all of us are trying. We all trying to eat, fam. Ain't that that's the freak?
That's what they say on the Instagram. That's what they say on the Instagram.
That's what they say on the TikToks. On the TikToks. So that, again, people around our age, and even if we go like in between that, like, okay, our parents or our uncles and aunts, I even see growth in them and see the progress in them, that they didn't realize they still had to gain.
And I think even, well, to your point, like seeing the growth in like our parents and stuff, like even with like how, you know, parental relationships change all the time. And like even seeing that sort of personal change within people can be inspiring. And like, I know you talk about your dad a lot. And so sometimes I'm like, I really hope he doesn't kind of feel embarrassed by how he used to show out because
the book of Ephesians. We're gonna tell that story eventually.
Let him tell that.
We'll wait till he on the potty to tell the book of Ephesians.
But sometimes it's like, you know, I don't want to use this as an excuse, but a lot of times our parents really did do the best that they could with what they had.
That's right.
And it's admirable to see people change for the better. And, you know, there's some sort of lesson in every struggle that you go through. So I'm always looking at people who are like right above us, like our parents and stuff, and seeing the things that they went through and trying to find some sort of like light in it. And I'm always like, I hope that they don't feel a certain way for how they used to be, or that they don't think that we feel a certain way, you know?
Well, and that's a great point. And I've thought about that for a while as far as, okay, so I in that same vein, I've thought about the person I used to be and how embarrassed Mel would see if she became of age, a teenager, and looked back and saw me in that vein and was like, this dude was really wild about you. It was the party animal, literally. But so I think about that in that same, like my dad used to say all the time, you're not gonna realize until you have a child. And which I knew that. I mean, once you have a child, then you gain this further understanding of what it means to be a parent, of course. But, and so I think about our parents, like you said, or uncles and aunts, in that same way a lot of times where it's like, yeah, they probably feel a little bit, maybe sort of embarrassed, but then it was like, but they just youngsters. They be fine. They gonna get it eventually. And now that we're all grown, now they probably realize, yeah, I probably shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. But as long as all of us have an understanding that it wasn't a good thing in the first place. So, but before we get to the youngsters, I did want to bring up one more thing, and that is, so I thought about this either yesterday or earlier today, about, you know, when we have our friends on the podcast, so especially people of our age on the podcast. I thought about one person specifically. I don't know why I had this thought, but it's someone who let's just say he uses profanity a lot. And
Like a lot?
one of the bros.
Oh, I'm like, who curse? Like,
One of the bros. He used to use profanity a lot. Now he just uses every once in a while. But I thought about him being on the podcast and just kind of how people would feel about it. And I immediately went to the defense of him in my head. Because I'm like, well, but you don't understand. I would never turn my back on this guy as far as what he's meant to me, this family, and just who I am. He's a part of who I am. Remember I told you recently, or actually, no, actually it was on the potty. Shane brought up, he said, we're blessed to have the circumstances that we're in. And then I brought up, well, maybe we're in the circumstances we're in because we're blessed. Okay, so it could be taken both ways. So I am because I had him, not I am in spite of having him. You see what I'm saying? So in spite of having this friend I was talking about. So anyway, all that to say, the people that we have around us are such an important part of who we've become and how we've become that I think it's important to still have them around to make sure that we, stay who we are and continue to progress because they're progressing too. Right. By the way, shout out, he got all A's on his finals.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
You see what I'm saying? He know what I'm talking about now.
All right. I gotta text him. I'll text him tomorrow.
Right.
Or later today.
Okay, so last part. About them youngsters, about them kids. What's your dreams for them and what aspirations and what are we looking forward to providing and helping them to progress?
These churn.
Yeah, all these churn out here. You got 50-11 of them, you know that.
I have a lot of babies. I feel like the old lady in the shoe.
The old lady. First of all, you're the old lady in the church. Let's be. And I'm talking about the traditional old lady in the church. Candace, take her shoes off and rub her feet like this.
I do that. I didn't know that anybody noticed that.
Doing a fan like this, yeah.
You noticed the foot thing because I be sitting in the corner.
Church hats. She is the old lady in the church for realsies, okay?
Wait, do other people see me doing the foot thing?
I don't know. I see it. I know my mama see it. That's all I know. And the kids probably see it.
Y'all be talking about me?
They be right around you. So
I know you and mom stay talking about people.
Her nickname, well, one lady in the church gives her the nickname of Diamonds and Pearls.
Oh, let me take my earrings off.
The old lady in the church. And she the youngest of the ladies in the church. But she the old school. But anyway, about your churn? What you got? What's your dreams for them?
Oh, but going back to the old lady in the shoe, you never read that book? It was like
30, 50
she had so
ago.
many children she didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
That's why I said I feel like that.
And you got one on the way, baking in the ovens.
Almost at the end of the road. I have to use the
2.5 months
so bad right now because he's been like moving this whole time. For the kids, I think that the kids are definitely at an advantage where they are. One, because I don't think that we really had people who were like young but old, like really in the faith telling us about the word.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And everything. And, well, because I didn't join your church until like we started dating, of course. And then we kind of stopped going when your family stopped going. And then we went back. But I had been in a different church. But it was still like I didn't have anyone who was like my age or like kind of close in age with me. Like
role model, but that's not the right phrase. Yeah. But that type of, gotcha.
Like there was really no one above me, like who I could talk to about it and stuff like that. So I think that they're at an advantage because of that. I also think that they're at an advantage just with all of the access that they have to everything now. And so I want them to use certain things, understand that certain things are tools and to not be so afraid, because I feel like a lot of times at church it's kind of coming from older people who kind of have trepidation about certain things. And so you plant those seeds into these kids and it's like, well, they could also use some things as tools for advancement and to better themselves and to cultivate this life that maybe none of us could have ever dreamed of. See, keeping with the theme.
Shout out.
And I just don't want them to get lost in that and to rely. I don't want them to lose who they are trying to find who they are within the walk. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, it's hard enough being in the walk and feeling alone and feeling, lost and feeling like you're just a pawn or not even a pawn, like you're just moving along with the cog of this new machine that is called the walk. Whereas if you can find your place in the walk and find yourself in what is called the world, in other words, just find who you are personally, then it's a lot easier journey than trying to find yourself in both and not realizing, okay, the walk is this, and then I'm trying to find, but who am I in, that type of feeling. So
yeah, we were having like a session with like the teens, and I remember telling them like, if you can find like your confidence in your space in this, it makes it so much easier for you to navigate the world because you know what's up against you already, and you know how to handle yourself in certain situations. And so that's what I want them to take away, because I mean, yes, we have, the walk. It feels weird, like keep saying the walk.
The faith.
Yes, we have our faith and everything. But also there's gonna come a point in time where you're expected to be by yourself in this world, and you're gonna have to gird up your loins and make something happen.
Yeah.
And so I don't want them to be kind of lost and like not really understanding where they are, or to be like so naive going out into the world because this one thing has only been ingrained in them when they have had all of this knowledge like kind of like placed in their lap basically. But I have a lot of confidence in them because I listen to them talk sometimes and I'm like, they know, they see it, they see.
You can definitely tell.
Yeah, I don't think that any of them will really be like, I guess, too lost in a sense, because they understand the differences.
Well, and I think you're talking about okay, so we say youngsters, but we're talking about 20s to teens, right? The ones you're talking about.
And for the babies too.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, but the conversation you're talking about
the conversation was like with the teens and stuff. But that also stands for like the kids coming up behind them.
Of course. And I agree. I think it's important for us to not only dream for them, which is clearly what we're doing, but also for us to try to impart knowledge on them, and not just knowledge directly from the word. Because I remember learning it vividly, learning every single parts of the scriptures and part of the word. And I remember learning it vividly, and then I look in the church and I just see the ridiculousness that was going on inside the church, not to mention outside. And so I just remember saying, but who's imparting it, or who's employing it? Who's actually putting this to work? So we realize that we're humans, and that, especially inside the church, you learn stuff, but you have to apply it, or apply it. There we go. That's the word. That's the word, child. You got to apply it outside, right? Yes. And so the applying parts is actually the most important part, because that's the part you're doing the most of.
And because like whenever we like leave, like whenever we're not like at church and stuff, you still should be, I would hope, that same person outside too.
You're supposed to be. So
that's why I really want them to understand themselves within the walk and how to apply it outside. Well, outside in, I guess, real world application of it. Because like I said, you never really know who's looking at you, and that includes everyone else you encounter as well.
Exactly. And not just church people, and not just that's anybody. And so so that's another part. Last part, the actual babies.
Okay.
What you dream for? Okay, what would be your ideal dream for third? Let's just talk about just two of them, third and Mel. Let's say 15 years from now.
Oh, 15.
Mel gonna be 17. Ooh, child.
I don't know if I.
And you gonna be 15 plus. 15 plus this time now. 15 plus this amount now. Well, 15 years from now. 15 years from now. Mel gonna be 17.
Quiet, bro.
Mel gonna be 17. Third gonna be 15 or 14ish. What do you see as the dream for them?
I hope that they're a lot nicer than I was. I hope that they like me as their mother. Because, at that age, especially at like 17.
We don't care about likes.
I went out and found you
they
at
15 and 17. We don't care about who they like.
See?
You care about that?
Now, in 15 years, when they're not talking to you, I'm like, see? That's why.
I'm talking buku trash. I'm talking trash right now. I'm lying. You need to like me. But yeah, we ain't gonna say it on the potty. We don't care about who they likes.
But I guess at 17 she'll be like just like coming of age and stuff. So being a woman, I would hope that she has started to find or has found some sort of voice for herself, because she'll be coming up on that age where we won't be with her. So it's going to be up to her to decide how the world sees her, basically. Mm-hmm. And so I would hope that by then, I would just hope that we've done a good enough job being her parents to where she feels comfortable to talk to us. She feels comfortable going out on her own. She feels comfortable with the people around her and comfortable in the decisions that she's making for herself. And the same thing with him. Preferably that, everyone is still in good health and still here and breathing and living.
Yeah, I think for me, part of I guess dreaming for them, especially at them being such a young age, is more of honestly worrying about the nightmares that could happen and trying to avoid them with all costs. And so part of that, honestly, is what I dream for them is them having land and being able to cultivate it. Because
they'll definitely know how to do that.
But that's part of my dream.
Okay.
It's even though I know you're saying definitely. I mean, we have to dream it first, right?
Well, yeah, and even if you,
because in my mind, I think they're definitely gonna know exactly who they are and exactly how people gonna receive them. Because Mel know now exactly how people receive her, and she know exactly who she is, and she don't care about it at all. No, come on over here.
Yeah, I just hope that they take the lessons that we teach them and use them in the world.
Exactly.
So when you say about like the land and cultivating and stuff like
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? That was because I brought it back to the dreams and nightmares thing that I had brought up earlier.
Wow.
That was a callback. That was all right.
Not a callback.
I did it on purpose. Right then and there. That's the going. Okay. Anywho, no.
You crazy.
Possibly. But same thing with both of them. So like to your point, I think Mel already is confident in who she is. Mm-hmm. I think a huge part of her growing is probably going to be her learning how to navigate who she already knows who she is, and everyone else not realizing yet. So I think that's going to be. But I dream that she's going to be. I mean, it's hard to say. I pray she's going to be better than you.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that was appropriate to say.
Already.
But I don't know if that was appropriate for me to say it. As her, but as her dad, I do. I dream that she's going to be better than you, and I dream that
should be.
That third is going to be better than me.
Isn't that what they always say? You're supposed to be better than your parents.
Yeah, but as the husband, I'm supposed to be on your side all the time, which I am. I am on your side all the time. I'm just saying, I don't know if I was supposed to say that out loud. Anyway, but
yeah,
and I dream that
17 is hard.
17 is hard.
Being out there by yourself.
14 is hard. 15,
Yes, 15.
14 is hard.
Yes. So
so
those like teenage years are terrible. So hopefully they'll take, what we teach them and actually want to do the things. I mean, they probably won't want to, but
they're gonna do them because we say it, but they're not gonna want to.
Yeah, it'll probably be mostly do
Okay,
as I
let's
say.
say 25 years. Now that they're grown. Okay, I'm just kidding. We gotta keep going.
Well, I say I ain't got no dreams for a 25-year-old. I'm joking.
But yeah, this is a good one. I think this is, I was getting
when you initially said dreams, I was like, what is he even gonna ask me about? I just thought you were gonna ask me about bizarre dreams the whole time.
I was only worrying about that one Miley Cyrus thing.
Oh my
because
goodness.
Because that is a dream for the age, and she got plenty more.
We're working on it. And pregnancy dreams are worst. I'm like, I'm growing a whole human being. Like, why are my dreams this bad?
Because you're growing because you two humans inside of one right now.
But I'm not supposed to be stressing this baby out. I know this baby stressed out because I be stressed out when I wake up.
That ain't dreams then. That's nightmares. See, you gotta, ooh, you thought I was finished. Hold up, wait a minute. I did it in reverse this time. To kind of.
Oh my goodness.
We're done here? Okay, I guess.
We're done. I have to use the restroom very badly.
All right, thank you for taking the stage shout out.
Thank you.
This is gonna be our first video we put on YouTube. Okay, so make sure you like and subscribe. Don't forget to what's the phrase?
Oh, little Shane.
Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Y'all have a great one.
Bye.
Have a good one.